Let's jump right in. Welcome to this explainer, where we are totally demystifying the brand new SAP certification landscape 26. Look, if you're working in the SAP ecosystem, you already know certifications are an absolute must for your career trajectory, but the ground rules, they have completely shifted. Seriously, if you're gearing up for a cert right now, hit pause. Whatever you're doing, just stop, because those old exam formats you might be studying for, totally gone. You know those old study guides and methods we all used to rely on? Yeah, throw them out. The entire paradigm of how SAP actually evaluates your skills has been torn down to the studs and completely rebuilt from scratch. So to get you fully prepped for this, we're going to quickly cover 5 key areas today. First, the big certification shakeup. Second, exam options and costs. Third, some amazing free tools and discovery. Fourth, the critical difference between system and scenario exams. And finally, a solid 8-step prep plan. All right, moving right into section 1, the certification shakeup, from dumps to real experience. Let's look at how this new assessment paradigm builds a completely different challenge for consultants. The contrast here is just night and day. That old culture, the one of just memorizing exam dumps to pass a purely theoretical multiple choice test, it's dead. It has been entirely replaced by tasks that check if you can actually work inside a live SAP system. Before, you could basically memorize questions without truly understanding the software. But now, SAP wants to see you actually drive the car, right? Not just pass a written test about how the engine works. But hey, here is the really reassuring reality. Instead of abstract memorization, this new structure heavily rewards your actual day-to-day project experience. If you're the person actually doing the work, configuring the systems, and solving the real problems on the job, well, you already have a massive head start. This format absolutely favors you. Okay, on to section 2, exam options and costs, or pricing your path. Now that the format changes are clear, we really need to talk about exactly how much this is going to cost you and the specific options SAP is putting on the table. The crucial thing here is picking the exact right tier for your specific needs. It ranges from just a single raw attempt all the way up to option 4, which is the highly recommended SAP Learning Hub. That one gives you 4 attempts, live sessions, and, this is key, critical sandbox access. If you just need a super quick recertification, options 1 or 2 might do the trick, but considering you now have to prove real hands-on skills, the live practice system in option 3 or the unlimited sandbox in option 4, absolutely invaluable. On to section 3, free tools and discovery. Try before you buy. Because look, before you spend a single dollar or rupee, you absolutely need to leverage the powerful tools SAP is giving you for free. Always maximize the free stuff before pulling out the credit card. You can easily build your foundation by simply registering on the SAP Learning Portal. And get this, you just need a standard Gmail address. Doing that gets you your vital P user ID, which unlocks totally free courses and a limited sandbox environment. You don't even need a fancy corporate email to get the ball rolling. Just make sure you save that P user ID because it's literally your key to exploring the whole ecosystem at 0 cost. And with 96 active certifications out there, you'll definitely want to use the SAP Certification Explorer to filter things down to your exact specialty. For instance, you could navigate straight to the 82-hour learning journey for the supply chain management module C_TS452. The Explorer is a real game changer because it just cuts right through the noise. You tell it your role, your level, your product, and boom, it hands you the exact blueprint you need to follow. Let's jump into section 4, system versus scenario exams, the assessment mechanics. So now that you've found your specific certification, it's time to totally demystify the actual testing environment. And it comes in 2 very distinct flavors, depending entirely on your experience level. First up, the system-based assessment. If you were taking an associate level certification like that CTS452 we just talked about, this is what you'll face. It is a live, highly practical test of your functional capabilities. You're not going to be answering multiple choice questions about what a specific transaction code does. No way. You are going to be dropped into a live, pre-configured sandbox with a ticking clock and told to execute. The workflow is actually pretty straightforward. You read the setup instructions, start the clock, and perform a live business scenario, maybe creating a PR, converting it to a PO, and posting a GR. You need to execute it error-free. But here is the absolute kicker. This exam is entirely open book, meaning you can consult SAP documentation on the fly, just like you would in the real world. If you blank on a specific step while converting that PO, just look it up. The test is about whether you can achieve the business outcome, not whether you have a photographic memory. Now, on the flip side, we have the scenario-based assessment. If you're a senior or professional level consultant, we're talking solution architects with maybe 8 to 10 years of experience, this is your arena. You have to actually design and actively defend a solution architecture. This is a massive step up from the associate level, and it truly tests your ability to think structurally and strategically. For this senior assessment, you actually get to choose your battlefield right at the start of the exam. Path A is the AI avatar mode, where an AI plays the customer and you literally have to present to it while the AI probes your answers. Path B is human reviewer mode, where you record a video explanation and a human SAP expert reviews it in about 20 business days. Path A definitely gets you faster results, but you gotta think on your feet against a pretty inquisitive AI. Path B gives you a bit more breathing room to just record your presentation, but you're waiting a month for the results. Now, let me just make this abundantly clear to ease any anxiety out there. If you are targeting an associate certification, again, something like C_TS452, you will only be doing the hands-on system-based exam. You are not defending architecture to an AI avatar. Okay, so please don't panic if the idea of an AI interrogating you sounds a bit intimidating. All right, almost there. Section 5, your 8-step prep plan, the roadmap to success. We've covered the what and the how. Now let's wrap this explainer up with a highly structured, step-by-step master plan to actually get you certified. You might want to grab a screenshot here, honestly, because this 8-step journey takes you all the way from utilizing the free SAP Explorer all the way down to booking your exam. But listen closely. Steps 5 and 6, that is exactly where this battle is won. You can't just passively watch videos anymore. You need to be in Matt's sandbox, relentlessly practicing those end-to-end scenarios until mastering those key business processes becomes absolute muscle memory. And perhaps the absolute most critical piece of advice from all the source material is this: book only when you are confident. Do not rush. Seriously, prepare properly, truly understand that live system format, and hold off on booking your date until you are 100% ready. This isn't a test you can just cram for over a weekend. Patience and genuine hands-on preparation are your best friends right now. Also, be sure to keep an eye out for part 2 of this explainer series coming soon. We are going to dive into actual, official sample questions and live SAP scenarios. Once we get that official data, we'll walk through exactly what you're going to see when that exam clock starts ticking. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Now that the era of memorizing jobs is completely over, how quickly can you translate your daily project experience into hands-on success in this new SAP exam format? It's an incredible shift that finally respects the real work you do every single day. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely can't wait to see you conquer this new challenge.